I'm so excited. It was really hot pretty much all of September, and it was just hot and hot. And basically literally October 1st came and it turned cold. It was like 6 degrees out this morning, so that was nice. I got to wear a sweater to work, and it's like 14 degrees outside now, but it's still, the wind is chilly, so that's exciting. Yay for sweaters and fall. Anyway, this video is my Bookish September wrap-up. So there were 7 challenges, which you could combine if you want, or do 1 book for each challenge and read 7 books. I technically read 7 books, but I didn't read all the challenges, and we'll just get right into it. First book that I read doesn't really complete a challenge, I don't think, because it wasn't on my TBR. I was still reading it when September started. I was about halfway through, so I read the second half of Blue Lily, Lily Blue by Meg Stiefvater, and that's what I started off September with, and I absolutely loved it. I love this series so much. It is definitely up there, one of my all-time favorite series. It's just, the characters are so wonderful, and the story is so interesting, and I just, so good. So this was obviously a 5 out of 5 stars. The first challenge that I completed was to reread a favorite book, so I read Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, and it was absolutely wonderful. It was just a lovely, lovely story. I haven't read it since, I don't know, sometime in high school, because I didn't finish this book before the movie came out, and so then I just went on and started reading the second book instead of finishing reading this, and then I went back and reread this after I read the third one or the fourth one or something, I don't really remember, but so there were 3 distinct parts in the book that I remember reading the first time, so that was cool, and it was also interesting, just because basically all my knowledge now is based on the movie, so it was interesting to reread some of the stuff that I forgot about, and to see how similar it is actually to the movie, and the parts that were different, you know, all that great fun stuff. 5 stars. Obviously. The book that I read after Harry Potter was Finding Audrey by Sophie Kinsella. This was to complete the challenge of to read the most recent book you bought or something like that. I can't remember the specific challenges, and apparently I'm too lazy to look it up, but it was something along those lines, and my boyfriend had just recently got this for me, and I really, really, really liked the story. I thought it was super cute and super sweet and super lovely, and I also really liked reading about the social anxiety stuff because I didn't really know too much about it, and now I feel like I know more about it because of the story, so that was really good. I adored this story. I gave this 5 out of 5 stars as well. And then after that I read 17 and Gone by Nova Ransuma, which was supposed to complete the challenge of reading a dark book. A book with a dark story. And this definitely was that, because it's about a girl who is randomly seeing ghosts of girls who have gone missing, and she's trying to figure out what happened to them and try and find them, and I really enjoyed the writing style. I thought it was very calming and mysterious, and I didn't really like the way the story ended up going though. It basically went in the direction that I didn't want it to go in because I thought it was cliche. But it did go in that direction and I wasn't a fan of it, but I did overall enjoy reading the story, so I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. Then I picked up Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea, which was either going to read a book in a genre that I really like, or read a book with a pretty cover. The other book that I picked to go along with this one, I didn't end up reading that one. This one I thought was, you know, kind of cliche and Twilight-esque, but enjoyable and fun. But then when I got to maybe somewhere on the halfway point, I didn't like it anymore. I thought the stuff that got revealed was kind of stupid, and it made the rest of the story seem uninteresting. So then it took me a while to get through it, and I really didn't want to pick it up and read it. So I picked up Volume 1 of The Walking Dead, and I read this, and it was really good, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And then I went back to this because I had it with me at work and I was bored on my break, so I picked it up again on my break, and it ended up getting more interesting. There was a new character that was introduced and a few new plot points that kind of came up, and it made the story more interesting again, and then I ended up finishing it pretty quickly, and I enjoyed the rest of it. So I gave this 3 out of 5 stars. Hi! What's up? Aw, you can't see him! Oh, there's his ear! The Name of the Star by Maureen Johnson, and I absolutely loved this book. I loved everything about it. I loved the characters and the setting and the atmosphere and the story and the way everything was revealed, and it was so good. So good. I loved this book. I loved it. So I gave this 5 out of 5 stars. And then, on the last day of September, I read Volume 2 of The Walking Dead, and I enjoyed this too, and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. Some pretty intense stuff happens in these stories, and I found out by talking to my manager the first volume's pretty different from the show, but the second volume actually has some stuff in it that happened in the show, because I was talking about it, and I haven't seen the show, but yeah. Anyway, these are quite good. I would definitely like to continue the series. I don't know how much I will, because there's like 20 volumes or something, and that's a lot of comics to buy. These are my brother's, so I didn't have to purchase them or anything, but they're definitely good stories, so yeah. What did you read in September? What was your favorite book that you read? I think mine was Blue Lily Lily Blue, or The Name of the Star. I love them both for different reasons, but they were both great.